Hello, welcome back to episode 13 part 2, or the stream of episode 13 part 2. We just left off after our lovely heroes, the Tempest Guild, have met up with two new characters. Sussurus, a tiefling who's representing the Harpers, and Onthar Froom, a hill dwarf paladin who's been representing the Order of the Gauntlet. Two groups who are interested in the Order of the Dragon, the Cult of the Dragon, and specifically interested in stopping them. We just left off after there'd been a bit of a meeting between the League of Adventurers, represented by Sylvia, and the Tempest Guild, our heroes, as well as Onthar and Sussurus. And there was discussion that basically Sylvia has organised an airship to take our heroes to the city of Palin, the capital city of Palin, which is over towards the east. And I've moved us across to the world map so that you guys can get a bit of an idea about where we are in the world. So currently we're located in Oxenfurt, which is all the way over to the west there. Palin, you can see, is almost directly due east, maybe slightly south. So yeah, we just left off after Wiltix had been talking to Sussurus, and Sussurus had a few little things to say to Wiltix, and some hints for Mira as well. Now, as Sylvia's talking, there is a knock that comes at the door, and opening it up is a very old turtle, dressed in very, very threadbare, very unremarkable clothing, who enters in and looks over towards Sylvia, and Sylvia goes, Vesanve, fantastic, you have the cloaks for the party? And the turtle goes,
Yes, I have prepared the cloaks that you requested.
And then he pulls forward 4 cloaks, each matching your colour schemes. Wiltix, he has a dark grey one for you. Emeric, a green and grey one for you. Mira, a light sort of red, blue, silver colour for you. And Azure, an orange and red cloak for you. And he places each of them down on the table. And Sylvia goes, right, so could you please explain to the group how these work? So what I requested was some cloaks that could help keep them from being noticed. Can you tell me what you've actually delivered, what these are?
Yes. Each of these cloaks contains a minor enchantment to help keep you from curious eyes. As long as you wear these cloaks, people will find themselves glancing by you, paying you no special attention. But if they do have reason to stare at you for long, the cloaks will do not very much. So try to stay inconspicuous.
And Sylvia nods and goes, right, thank you, Vesanve. Thank you very much. That will be all.
Right you are, Guildmaster. Right you are.
And he begins wandering back out again. Yeah, these 4 cloaks sit on the table, ready for each of you.
I'm gonna chuck mine on, just see how it fits.
Absolutely perfectly, Wiltix. It clasps onto your existing armor, so there's actually just 2 clasps that go on either side of the shoulders and actually clip onto your leather armor. So a lot of the armor that you wear, that each of you wears, sort of contains areas to allow. So especially Emeric and Wiltix who actually wear armor. Azure and Mira, you guys are unarmored, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah. So Wiltix and Emeric, yeah. So Emeric, your chest piece actually contains clips that allow you to clip on like extra attachments and things like that. Your pauldrons and shoulder pads and everything like that all clip onto the main central chest piece. And actually there is a clip to allow for either a much higher collar to protect you from attacks from the sides, or a cloak or something existing like that. And this looks like it just clips on as standard. Wiltix, yours actually has 2 little clips that clip onto your bandolier, your belt that holds some daggers and things like that runs across your chest. So it clips on really comfortably. Mira and Azure, yours actually have chains that connect across the center so that it sits comfortably just around your neck and across your shoulders, sitting very comfortably there. Cool. And if each of you put them on, you find that they fit very well. They're warm and comfortable. They match your color schemes perfectly. And as you put them on, you feel yourselves... You find yourselves wanting to look at Sylvia, Susurrus, or Ontharr, to look at each other, it's almost... It's not that it's hard, it's just... It doesn't... You just find your eyes drifting away. Almost like it's just a blank wall. Nothing really interesting to look at. You keep finding yourself drawn to the others, rather than your own group, as long as you have the cloaks on. You now all have cloaks of muted perception, which I will add to your D&D character beyond sheets later this week.
Oh.
These are uncommon magic items. I think Andrew might be having some technical difficulties.
I can't really hear you very
Andrew.
well. Very faintly.
We can hear ourselves better.
Oh no. He's gone.
And he's gone.
Well, he's back. Hello, Andrew. How you doing? No, we can hear ourselves way better.
Water.
He sounds like he's in the water, and we're echoing through his mic.
We're in a cave. You're in a bit of water.
But you guys are all getting echoing as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh no, what happened?
When he jumps back in, I think he's just reconnecting to check it out. Sorry guys, we're having some technical difficulties. A very weird one we've never had before. No, it's not one we're used to seeing.
Well, I'll always imagine when I was trying on the cloak was, in The Simpsons, how Homer puts on the clown pants and he's like, "Oh, I've never had a pair of pants that fit this well." That's exactly how I would feel.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly how it feels. Andrew, how you doing, buddy?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, that's perfect.
Awesome. All right.
That's brilliant.
I don't know what was going on.
That's all right. Look, weird technical difficulties are just part of the Lost Archives. One of the archives that we lost was how to have a technical difficulty-free stream.
The joys of being digital.
So you find that these cloaks fit really, really nicely, but when you have them on, it's very hard to look at your group and people who are wearing these cloaks. And so these are cloaks of muted perception. I will be adding these to your character sheets in the next couple of days, and they are uncommon magic items.
Cool. Exciting.
I like it.
I should specify a homebrew uncommon magic item for those of you who are looking for these in the Dungeon Master's Guide or anything like that. If you are curious, these will be available on homebrew and D&D Beyond. Just a fun little idea I came up with. Cool. Alrighty. So you have your cloaks. Yeah. So at this point, Ontharr looks over the lot of you and goes, I find it very... Can you please just take those off or something? Like, it's very hard to look at you. At this point, a knock comes at the door again, and Vesanve, the turtle, pokes his head through and goes,
You can disable the enchantment by pressing the symbol on the left-hand collar, inside seam.
and pulls his head back out again. And as you look, you can see there is a small symbol. It's literally just a circle broken in half with one semicircle slightly larger than the other one. And if you press on it and touch it, the effect fades.
Cool.
Very cool.
Right, so I'll take you to meet my contact. We'll take the airship overnight. We'll have a good old sleep, and we'll hopefully have some drinking and maybe a bit of an arm wrestle. And he looks at Emeric for this.
Very nice.
Just to pass the time. And,
I think I can get behind that. That sounds good.
Oh, great! And then we'll take ourselves to our contact and hopefully get you a lot set up as maybe caravan guards or merchants or anything you guys want to be. You pick your cover.
Probably caravan guard for me. I think the look of it.
You lot are pretty diverse. You could even set yourselves up as a travelling caravan. And, like Emeric, you could be the caravan guard for your caravan. Like Mira, if you want to be some sort of noble or something. Wiltix, you could pass as a guard. You look pretty scary. You got lots of scars.
Been in a few fights, hasn't he?
Hey, Azure, you maybe you're travelling with Mira. I don't know. You guys sort this out.
Sylvia goes, right, yes. So you said you had some things you wanted to prepare. Look, if you have anything that you require of the guild, please sort that out now. If anything of your own guild, the Tempest Guild, please go ahead and get that all sorted. Meet back here at 8 o'clock prompt. Correct?
8 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good.
Fantastic, great. Well, I will bid you adieu at this point. I have other business I must attend to. Frulam, Ontha, and Sussurus, pleasure meeting you, and I look forward to our partnership. I think our groups together will hopefully be able to do some great things and help prevent this coming calamity. Sussurus just nods. Ontha sort of bangs his hand on the table.
By the hand of Torn, we will stop this.
Quite, yes. Tempest? And with that, Sylvia walks out of the room, makes her way down towards her office. You guys are left alone in the room with Ontha and Sussurus. Ontha at this point sort of goes,
Right, I'm gonna go get a drink.
And begins heading out the door. Sussurus looks over at you lot, Mira and Wiltix in particular, and as Ontha leaves the room and closes the door behind him, she looks over and goes, Right. I think now's a more appropriate time to have a bit of a chat. What do you think?
Well, with less people listening, probably the better.
Very good. Wiltix, how comfortable are you speaking about this in front of your group there?
Oh, I'm quite comfortable. Emeric, not so much. He's tried to push me down a hole before, but...
We have all seen it.
Wait, are you guys off in your own little corner right now?
No, just with the group.
In the room with the 5 of us, I suppose.
Oh.
Yeah, it's you four plus Sussurus.
Yeah.
Now, look, that wasn't really what I was expecting to happen. I thought we're all in danger and I just needed to jump right on it. Yeah, I didn't mean it, mate. You know me. Come on now.
I do know you, Emeric, so let's. I'll just make sure that I don't transform near any holes ever again, unless required.
Unless required. I love
Unless required.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so Sussurus, what do you know about other lichens or other werefolk?
Not a huge amount about the nature of you. I know that your kind, werefolk, were created during the ruin by the betrayer gods as a way of converting useless townsfolk into weapons, into soldiers. If you can have a soldier go out and make more soldiers simply by biting and attacking, you can have an army in a very short amount of time. So
I've always thought of myself as a one-man army, but never as a recruiting service.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Because it was a gift, a curse from the betrayer gods. But what is it now? They're gone, sealed away, unable to affect this world, or so they say. So how are there still werefolk?
Well, that's a very good question. I've been trying to venture out and find other werefolk, but I haven't been too successful in the past. So,
well, I've got another question for you. What is Fenris?
Oh, who is Fenris?
Who is Fenris?
I'll do you one better. Why is Fenris?
Why is Fenris? That's what I exactly wanted to do.
If you can tell me that, I'd be very interested to know the answer. What is Fenris? A god? Some sort of creature? What is Fenris?
That's a very good question. I don't think I know myself, but
I don't know the answer either, and that bothers me.
Where did you hear the name?
Originally, I knew someone who claimed to have spoken with Fenris, who claimed to be they claimed impossible things, or things I thought impossible at the time. They claimed to be able to transform into a bear-like form, and that they would do so at strange and inconvenient moments, mostly when the moons were in a certain position. I disbelieved them at this point in time. I had yet to see the fantastical with my own eyes, and I was skeptical. Until I saw them transform one night and attack and kill 2 of my friends. They had no control over their transformation.
They babbled that a creature known as Fenris appeared to them as a large wolf, sometimes as a large bear. It seems this Fenris changes shape.
Takes on many forms, clearly. And
see, I do a playful little punch on Wiltix's shoulder, and I go, "See now, I knew there was a reason I pushed you down the hole. See, look at that, perfect example of it. 2 of her friends died."
Well, here's the other thing. I've since met other werefolk. In fact, one of the Harpers is a were-tiger.
Oh, interesting.
And she has complete control over her transformation, but has no idea of Fenris and has had no contact with her.
What's
the difference?
Colleague of yours' name?
Mira.
Mira. I'd love to have a chat with Mira.
Oh, sorry, Mira. Sorry.
Mira. That's okay. I'm sure you have a lot of people in your group, so keeping track of names. No, I'd love to meet Mira eventually. So.
Well, that can definitely be arranged. She's currently on mission in one of the sky cities, Volus.
Okay. Well, if there's an opportunity for her to come meet us on our mission here, or shortly after, definitely be interested in doing that.
I'll have a talk and see what I can organise for you. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Oh, definitely so. Definitely so.
Wonderful. Well, if you have any further questions for me, I'm undisposed right now. Otherwise, there are some people I need to speak to. I don't spend enough time in Oxenfurt, and I'm sure there are some lovely whispers here that I could suss out.
Oh, look, only one other question I have is, do you know much about the town of Stillhay?
Stillhay? It's not something I know much about. It's a fairly small backwater town up towards the north, as far as I'm aware. I'm surprised to say I don't know any whispers about Stillhay, which is interesting.
No, normally you'd think there'd be at least a story about a town, but clearly nothing too interesting going on there.
Nothing recently, nothing that comes to mind. Curious.
Perfect. Cool. Did you have anything that you wanted to discuss with Mira, by chance?
Oh, Mira. I've already said that your friend is currently in Palin. I'm not sure what he's planning, but you might want to talk him out of it, whatever it is. I think he's acting on emotions at the moment, not really thinking through how he should be behaving. There are reports that he's been picking fights with various members of the cult at certain points, as well as some members of a mercenary company I'm not aware of.
Be very good at talking to Langdedrosa about those things. Emeric. One fighter to another, I think you have an understanding between the two of you.
Oh, sorry, but it's in my own world. What's going on?
How would you like to have another fight with Langdedrosa?
Sorry, I was actually mucking around my mic. You caught me off guard.
Emeric's just
like
not
Emeric
concentrating.
How about I'm not... It's cut out again.
That's right, you sound okay to us.
Alright, so
Oh no, I see now.
Oh no.
Yeah, so quick recap, if that's okay, because I've been fixing... I have my own technical difficulties.
It's the Lost Archives. Technical difficulties is in our middle name, in between Archives and Lost. Basically, Susurrus has said that Langdedrosa is currently in Palin picking fights with various people, and Mira has said, would you like to go and fight him, basically?
Well, I'll explain my absence being because you guys were prattling on about something that didn't really concern Emeric too much. He sort of lost... he sort of just started losing interest and getting a bit angsty, wanted to get anxious, wanted to get out. Not anxious, but antsy. So when you said that, though, his ears prick up and his eyes get a bit of a, and he gets a bit of light in his eyes. Gets a bit of a smirk across his face. Ah, now that is interesting. I think I might have to go and see our old friend.
Yes, maybe a stern word. Or maybe just a purpose is what he needs.
Or maybe just a good old fight.
Well, that is your answer to everything. Cesaris.
That's all I really live for, if I'm being honest.
Cesaris, that's a lot of S's in your name.
Yes.
Cesaris. If I happen to hear anything, please know that I am disposed to pass on that information to you. I've got quite the ear to the ground.
I'll do my best. Yes, I'll do my best to send you through anything that I think you might take an interest in. But in return, Mira, there's some secrets I'd like you to deliver to me.
I can do that. Would you prefer it in an email, a fax, or...
Wait a
We
second.
can talk about that.
What is this thing called email?
Oh, so basically, it's an A-mail. So you get an Aarakocra to fly a message.
Amazing.
Yeah. A-mail.
Oh yeah, I've heard of.
What was the
I've
thing you
heard
said?
that before,
Fax.
actually.
Fax is where you basically the gnomes. Some gnomes have trained hawks to fly on, and the way that they train them is by using a flaxseed oil to sort of like help like train their sense of smell to focus on the gnome, and it's known as a flax. And they use those to fly messages between different locations.
Perfect. It's like, wait a second, email, fax. This is interesting.
Yeah. No, A-mail and flax.
Well, look, I'm getting a bit bored here. I'm gonna go. And then Emeric sort of walks out of the room, and he sort of starts walking the lobby. And as he's walking
he's
through,
not a networker. He's not a networker.
This is his networking though. Walking through, he actually recognizes a few of the people from when we first began it. He's like sort of doing like little gun hands and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh yeah, how you going, friend? Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. How you going, buddy? What's going on?" And all like, that's his network. It up.
Yeah. As Emeric, yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like you're getting some response from some of the other adventurers who do recognize you. But as Emeric begins walking away, Cesaris looks across the three of you who are remaining, and goes, "Shame. I think you would have liked to know where a certain man is located. Mention the name Gambino to him. See how he responds."
Is he stylish?
Stylish is not. He's more childish than
I
stylish.
was going to say, yeah.
Mention
He's not too much
mention
of
the
a freak
name.
or a geek or anything like that, is he?
Mention the name Gambino to him. I think that'll get his attention, and let him know that what is dead does not always stay that way. Go tell him that. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but later on. When he's feeling particularly bored, shall we say. That's my advice to you. Use that how you will.
Perfect.
Well, I'm sure you're quite busy. I better get back to work. I'll see you on the airship.
See you then.
We shall see you soon.
Right, now, we can do a bit of a time skip. Is there anything you guys wanted to set up before you leave? I'm assuming you go let Leosa know that you're heading off.
Yeah. And just check in with
Lucius.
Lucius.
Nucius is currently in the process of setting up his area downstairs. Yeah, it's for those of you who don't know Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. I've taken Newt Scamander and I've called him Nucius Salamander. If you can spot the very clever way I've adapted his name, you get inspiration. Nucius Salamander. Nucius Salamander. Salamander.
Nucius Salamander.
Nucius Salamander. He's in the process of setting up his area. So he's set up the door again, and he's currently moving some things from the door into the room. Not much progress has been made because you guys have only been gone for like an hour and a half.
Beautiful.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
The
As long as he
door
knows
that
what
that went out of the cellar / basement. Is it obvious from the inside that it's there?
No, it's not at all.
Okay, so he might not know about it, and I'm hoping that he set something up in front of it. But,
fair enough.
Anyway.
Beautiful. So yeah, Wiltix, anything else that you wanted to do before you guys head off on the road?
Say goodbye to my cat.
Fantastic. Yeah. Leosin is like, I will of course feed Tomboy. Yes, of course.
He only deserves the finest.
Yep. I'll see what I can do.
Good. Okay.
Azure, is there anything you'd want to do before you head off?
No, I think Leos and I would just have a quick chat and just confer information about what what was talked about and what's happening moving forward, and then just I think that's about it. Was say our goodbyes and see you soon.
Stay safe, brother, and please come back this time.
Well, now that we know where to find each other, you won't get rid of me that easily.
I'm hoping it takes us less time than 5 years to find each other this time.
I hope so. Stay safe.
You too. You're heading into more danger than I am. You stay safe.
I don't know, you're sitting on top of 3 dragon eggs.
Shh, don't. I thought we were keeping that secret.
We're inside, aren't we? Where it's like...
Yeah. He's just joking. Emeric, anything you wanted to do before you head off?
Well, I've heard of Leangedrosa, whatever his name is, I forget. Langedrosa. Yeah, that's it. I've heard he's looking for fights around town.
In Palin, the capital city,
where we
you guys are headed to. Yeah,
he's all the way in Palin. He wasn't really listening. Because
so maybe Emeric does head out into Oxenfurt looking for Langedrosa. He's like, have you seen a Dragonborn?
He will walking through the town, and he'll be like going up to people, or they like just talking. Hey, you guys talking Dragonborn that's around? Like he's keeping it hush hush.
No one knows what you're talking about. But I do have another question for you. Alice asked whether or not you were doing anything with your magic bean. Your 10 magic beans.
I haven't done anything with that just yet. I might take them with me onto the airship and see what happens.
Did you want to eat one of them, or are you going to save it for the airship?
Well, look, what we'll do is for the stream, after having a look through all the all throughout this, looking for Drosa, he didn't find. He bummed out. He goes back.
Oh, we might be losing you a little bit there, Jared. The last we heard was he goes back to the...
Okay, I just said he goes back to the map.
Perfect.
And he'll go to his room, and he'll just take it easy, and he'll start relaxing. And he sees on the table, he sees the bag of magic beans sort of calling to him. He's going to do for the night.
Maybe he's hoping that like what his power is to be able to find Langedrosa or find someone who wants to fight.
Maybe it's immortality. Else, because he thinks these magic beans are like top notch.
Yeah.
So he'll sort of look around, darting eyes around, making sure no one's there. So no one's looking at him or anything. He's in his own room. He's just being paranoid, and then he'll sort of tiptoe over to the magic beans.
Nice.
Over his shoulder. He's by himself, mind you, and then he'll take one of the magic beans out and just pop it in his mouth.
Okay.
And then he'll start praying.
What is he praying for, just out of interest?
Power. Plain and simple power.
I would like you to roll me a D100.
Oh my god, okay.
Yes!
Okay. Flat 20. As you swallow this bean, you feel a power within you. There's this reservoir of power within you as it descends into your stomach. It's almost like a feeling of a magical, like a spell slot almost, like a feeling of that magical power that you use as your spell slot. And as you reach inside with your magic to touch it, it sort of opens and you feel knowledge and skills into your mind. You now have a deep and very expansive understanding of how to set up irrigation.
Okay, thanks. That's cool.
Awesome.
You access that part of the matrix that you never thought you'd need.
You think you're like, I know how to do like irrigation farming, but no other aspect of the farming, just the irrigation.
Cool, amazing. So as he feels that, he sort of like thinks to himself, let's ride the wave. He'll get another one pop in his mouth.
You still have this knowledge of how to set up irrigation.
Okay, he's a bit frustrated. He's like, oh, that's weird. And he pops another one in his mouth.
You continue to have knowledge of how to set up irrigation. You have 7 beans left.
He'll eat 2 more before he quits.
You have 5 beans left. You continue to have knowledge of how to set up irrigation. If you remember back to the man, he told you each power is specific for each person. You only ever need 1 bean. This is your soul.
This is your
special
power.
Your special soul power that is unlocked by the bean. You have unlocked your special soul power, which is knowledge of irrigation.
Oh, that's good.
Incredible.
You have 5 beans left.
Well then, what's everyone doing currently at the map?
I'd say people are probably packing, getting things ready, like maybe making up your packs again, your journeying packs to make sure it's ready, like getting some supplies together, things like that, I assume.
Yeah, I mean, do we have extra clothes and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. You pack up, like obviously it's all the same stuff as you're wearing in your character art, it's just different copies of it.
Yeah, of course.
You're like every like anime character where you just have the same clothes that you wear.
I only own this outfit in this color.
Yeah, you've got like 4 different versions of it, and that's it. And it's all exactly the same.
I'll walk into I'll go into Azure's. I'm gonna wander in and be like, how's it going, friend? Are you doing well over here?
Going very well. Are you almost ready?
Well, look, I was just doing some light reading, and look, I don't know about you, but irrigation. What do you know about it? Irrigation farming, to say.
Not much. Irrigation farming. Well, it's the backbone of mass production of food. It's what allowed us to expand so greatly.
Definitely, you can grow some pastures and crops with it.
Yeah. I mean, how did you come across this knowledge?
Just lets you have more flexibility in the systems and the operations. Do you know what I mean? Of running the farm. And through having it, you can have higher quality crops, pastures, as water stress can dramatically impact on the quality of farm produce.
I think you need to go tell Leosin this.
Drop in knowledge.
I didn't realize this would actually give Jared knowledge of irrigation.
Jared's.
What's really cool though is you can also season of the crops.
I mean, let's explain this to Leosin and
it's really
right next to a river.
Because
let's get
if you have insurance, you can also have insurance against seasonal variability and drought.
Thank you for joining us for this next episode of farming.
You know what's even better though? You can maximize benefits of fertilizer applications.
Oh my god, we're going to take you to every farm that we come across and just find a way to maximize their output. It's going to be great.
Oh my god.
So I'm going to talk to the Aasimar about this. This could be really good. And you start hearing me walk out and talking about improving the capital value of our property.
You have to make sure that you've got the lowest cost, low labor intensive,
cost save or get greater returns. You got to get
relatively high labor and energy cost to maintain.
So I'll start walking out.
Oh boy.
And I'll also talk about different types of irrigation. You've got furrow systems, you've got float border check systems, you've got level basin systems, center pivot sprinkler systems, hand move sprinkler systems.
Someone's opened up a Wikipedia page.
Systems, traveling gun sprinkler systems.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Okay. I'm interrupting this. That's enough. Even I have my limits.
Guys, he has a deep and rural irrigation.
Yeah.
He's got a passion for irrigation.
Who's betting they bought some beans now? Who's wishing they'd bought a bean? All of you are.
He's got 5. He looks at Leosin and he goes, "Now I didn't know anything about irrigation farming until I had this magic bean right here."
You ate a magic bean and it gave you knowledge of farming. Sorry, specifically irrigation.
Yes, very much so.
I
offer him one to look at it and inspect it.
Oh, I'm okay. I don't need to know about irrigation. I think you've got that covered.
No, I remember the guy I bought these off. He actually said that each bean was unique to the person, and it would unlock something within them. For me, I thought it'd be power to vanquish my foes, but instead it gave me the power of knowledge concerning irrigation farming.
Right. Okay. Sure. Well, if it will stop you talking about irrigation, I'll have a bean.
Go, pop it in your mouth. See what you get.
Oh gosh. Okay. Azure, do you want to do it at the same time?
Yes, why not? Let's do it. Why not?
I want everyone to know about irrigation farming. Like, if everyone should roll the same.
Please roll 20.
All right. It sounds like everyone's getting a bean. Would everyone like to roll me a D100?
Yeah, pretty much. Because then I also call Mira and
47. Okay. I better roll one for Leosin. Here we go. 91. Oh, why did it roll twice? 29. Sorry, not 91.
We both got 50.
Oh, should I re-roll?
Okay.
Do a re-roll.
No. You both know. You both get the same effect. I think that's much better. So we'll do Azure first. Azure, as you feel this bean into your mouth, and then you sort of bite down and swallow. It's sort of got like a bit of a nutty taste, and then as you swallow, you sort of feel this bean sort of travel down your throat, and then you feel this power within you, almost like your key points, like what you use to power your radiant sun bolts and things like that. And as you again tap into this power, you feel it suffuse you. You feel knowledge and skills enter into your mind. You now have intimate knowledge of how to tie many, many different types of knots.
Oh, so useful.
Amazing. That actually is really good.
That's so cool.
It is a good one. You now know how to tie every single type of knot conceivable.
What the fuck?
You're going to try the square knot, the clove hitch knot, the half hitch knot, the sheep knot. Oh.
You know them all.
How we all kind of know our powers, like just a little bit.
You just know it. Mira and Wiltix, 50. Okay. I'll do Leosin's first. We're going to come back to you two. So Leosin was at 29. So Leosin sort of looks over and goes, "Right, I now know how yeast works."
Oh no.
Look, I can make any type of bread you want.
You can make ale.
Nope, it's only for baking yeast.
Oh,
it's very specific.
They're good.
It's very specific. I know how to make something called milk bread now. I don't know what that is, but I can make it.
Amazing. I look forward to your famous sourdough when we return.
Yes, I have knowledge of this. Tell me, what is a tiger loaf, and why do I know how to make this?
I'm not sure. I look forward to seeing that too.
We can make a side bakery.
Wiltix and Mira. Both of you. Yeah?
Just realised, sorry. Okay, there you go.
You're cutting out a bit there, Jared. What was that, sorry?
I can do the irrigation farming for the wheat that he needs for the bread.
Yeah, but no one knows how to farm. You just know how to irrigate. You don't actually know anything about farming.
Fine, I can figure it out.
All right, fair enough. Mira and Wiltix. as you sort of tap into this inner power and it fills you up, you feel again a knowledge and a skill come across you. And as you sort of look, you feel a deep understanding of calligraphy.
Ooh.
Both of you feel that you have the skills required to be expert calligraphers.
Amazing.
Perfect.
Absolutely amazing.
Is that actual? That's an actual thing, isn't it? In
calligraphy proficiency,
yeah.
calligrapher's tools. Yeah, you guys are both proficient in calligrapher's tools. Just like Leosin is now proficient in baker's supplies. And Azure's proficient in knots.
Amazing.
If you roll... No. We'll save the D100 in case you have a bean for anyone else. If we ever get a bean for someone who gets a
Could I ask, what was the 91?
What was the 91? 91 is sewage. You understand how to set up a sewage system.
So it's really all over the joint.
It's completely random. So when I got this list together, I put it through Excel and randomized it so that there was no correlation except for number 1 and number 100. I kept them as special.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your special bean power, your special soul power unlocked by the bean.
Mira's gonna have the best notes.
Yeah, your notes are now fantastic.
I'm gonna have to work on my handwriting. Oh no.
And that's how you guys prepare for your investigation into the cult, by learning about irrigation, making bread, and calligraphy.
Amazing.
And not tying. Not tying actually might be useful.
It might. I mean, if we want to keep people in, hold them hostage, I've got it.
Yeah, actually, I will say, Azure, you would have advantage on tying people up now on sleight of hand checks to tie someone up. Absolutely.
If we want to create a book on breaking bread.
Yeah, Leosin's literally just like, it's literally like this is burnt into my brain. I don't think I'll ever forget this. What has this been done to me? Why did I eat this?
Nothing to be scared of.
The power was inside you all along.
I know precisely how to heat yeast in a. I don't want this knowledge. This is a curse. Take this away from me. No, he doesn't say that. Perfect. And with that, your preparations are complete for taking on the cult. If there's nothing else you guys wanted to do, I'll assume you head back to the guild at the appointed time. Mira will be very on you about what time you guys need to be back. You meet Sylvia at the guild hall. She basically is literally going to walk you over to the airship docks of Oxenfurt, a location you guys haven't probably been to before. She'll walk you over to the airship docks. As you enter the airship docks of Oxenfurt, they are set up on a raised area of hill, and the docks themselves are very much like ship docks, except rather than built into the water, they're obviously built into the sky. So there's basically it's like a ship dry dock, and the airships are designed to lower down, basically attach themselves on either side to these two pillars that jut out from the land, and then tie themselves off and stay motionless while stuff is unloaded and loaded. You can see there are two airships currently docked. One is a passenger airship, a large, bulky frame with lots of windows and cabins and things like that built in. It's very luxurious looking. Airship travel is not for the poor. It is definitely for the wealthy and the well-off. And you can see that there are a number of people sort of lining up, handing tickets over. Sylvia will pull out 4 tickets and hand one to each of you. Right, yes, here are your tickets. Do not lose your tickets. It's very important you stay attached to that ticket. This is obviously going to be non-refundable. If you lose this, you're going to have to pay for it. That's your cost. Take it to the ticket master. You have a booth with Ontha and with Susurus. If you are happy to share with them, otherwise you can pay a bit extra and go off on your own if you wish. But look, what I'm trying to say is good luck and stay safe. You've been picked as representatives for the guild for a reason. I see great promise in each of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you can accomplish.
Yeah, it's no problem there, Wait, what?
Even you, Emeric.
Wait, something's wrong with my voice. I feel a bit different. Ever since I had that beam, my voice has changed completely.
Nice.
What's have you guys noticed anything like this? Why does my voice sound like this? Why does it sound so different? Like, what's going on?
Don't know what you mean.
Oh my god.
No, seriously, like something's going on, like real weird. Oh, okay. What the?
Quite. Good luck to each of you. Mira, take care of them.
Oh, I would say they could take care of themselves, but well, I just look at Emeric and everybody. Yeah,
Emeric.
Azure and Wiltix.
Yeah, what do you want?
Scratching
What do you
himself.
want? Come on, what are you going to say about me now, eh? Whoa.
You know what? I have complete confidence in the Tempest Guild.
As literally, like, Emeric's voices just keep changing now because the bean did something to him.
Sure. I have faith in you all, and I know that you can do this. Good luck. And she turns and begins walking away. I meant to say, sorry, the other airship you can see is clearly a cargo airship. It is marked with one of the symbols of the Sky Cities, specifically the symbol of 3 circling winds in a tight pattern, which is a symbol for Eris. It's probably the most mobile of the Sky Cities, you would know. It's the one that sort of moves basically all across Oshia. At certain times of the year, it's actually above Oxenfurt and Palin, and the North Currents and the mid-equator currents actually carry it across most of Oshia down towards the Dragonborn cities. So Mira, you'd probably be pretty familiar with Eris as well. There's 3 Sky Cities that are inhabited. There's one that's not inhabited. So Solaris is the one that's on to the north, Eris through the middle and all across the main central section, and then Volus moves from sort of north to southwest over the Dwarven cities. There is another Sky City that is uninhabited. You probably wouldn't know too much about it apart from that, just that it's not inhabited anymore. It was, but is no longer, and it's called Nocturnus. And that's the Sky Cities. And you can see a merchant ship, clearly marked with the symbol of Eris, is loading up a whole lot of goods, and it seems to be getting ready to head back up into the sky. So the sky ship that is set up for merchant vessels looks a lot like a ship. It even has sails, but rather than focused at the top, the sails also come out to the side. These large bat-like wings drop down and catch the air currents on either side. And you can see that at its core is a large circular crystal contained within a ring of crackling magic. Whereas the passenger skyship, thank you, the transportation passenger skyship, is very, very different. It's much sleeker, much more modern looking, and rather than having the central crystal in the middle of the hull, it has basically this circle of crystal that goes around the whole outside center of the hull that isn't even attached to the ship by anything solid. It's simply attached by these pathways of magic that sort of seem to move and crackle, these strands of magic. And it looks like the ring is what moves, and the airship is just maintained and held within the middle of the ring, almost like something is. It's like it's quantum locked within the center of this ring, is the best way to describe it. And that's what you see, these sky ships setting up, and you can see lots of people lining up. I'm so pleased we're getting into the Sky Cities and sky ships and things like that. This is awesome. And you can see a number of people lining up to get on the ship. As you approach the ticket booth, your tickets are taken, stamped, and returned to you. The stamp is the symbol of the Skyships Guild, basically a group of Aarakocra, Ganassi, and gnomes who help set up this entire enterprise. And there's a couple of different groups, but the main one that operates out of Oxenfurt and Palin is the Sky Freehold, which are a group of sort of traders and things who've banded together, and it's a bit more free and a bit less structured than the other groups. As you are brought inside and gestured to your cabins, it's very Orient Express, very beautiful, fancy cabins, very old wood. So the outside looks very modern, but the inside is this very nostalgic, very fine antique style feel to it, and you're gestured sort of down towards the back, towards the stern of the ship, and then up a series of stairs and back towards the middle, to a large cabin, easily the size of your main dining hall. And inside are a number of booths. Yeah, it's actually pretty big. A number of booths with curtains that draw across. So each of you actually has a private bed that can be curtained off to sleep. And then there's a central area with a table and chairs. And already waiting for you in the cabin, Onthar and Sussurus. Sussurus sitting at the table reading a book. Onthar sharpening his large greatsword with a whetstone out of his armor. His armor's been packed up and oiled and cleaned and is sitting at the edge of his bed. And as you enter, they look up and Onthar's like,
hey, fantastic, welcome. What pretty nice digs these, eh?
Wow, this is surely bigger than I expected.
I've not really travelled much by skyship. I tend to like being 2 feet on the ground, but I mean, I could get used to this.
Sussurus sort of looks over and goes, they'll be bringing refreshments soon. I imagine you want to get comfortable.
Onthar's like, well, refreshments? Oh, they bring you food? Oh, I pack way too much stuff then.
She just sort of rolls her eyes and sighs.
So, yeah, perfect.
Yeah, so you guys are able to unpack and set up in the airship. After about an hour or so, there's a cry from the docks and a very high-pitched large whistle sounds, followed by a very loud horn. This boor, boor, and then the airship begins to judder very, very slightly. And anyone who's sensitive to magic, so mostly Mira actually as a sorcerer, you sort of feel a little bit of a tingle across your fingers as quite a large amount of magic is activated, something very powerful. And the airship begins to rise. Did anyone want to go onto the top deck to look out, or are you guys wanting to stay in the room?
Oh, I definitely want to.
I thought you might. Yeah. I suggested it because I was like, Andrew's going to want to be on the top deck. I can already tell.
I'll walk with everyone that goes up. But as we're walking along, I'll look at who's walking up to the top deck actually.
I am.
Onthar and Sussurus are staying behind.
So everyone in the party's coming? Well, then I'll look at Wiltix and I'll go to him and say, as we're walking along, looking at everything, I'll just sort of randomly spark up with just something really random, going, "Hey, look, Wiltix, irrigation farming. It ain't much, but it's honest work."
I'm just gonna look at you and give robe. I'm gonna look at the tiny little the button on it. I'm gonna jump up. I'm gonna hit it, and then I'm gonna keep walking up the.
Say behind him. Look, I need a little bit of help. I don't really know what's going on with my voice right now.
Wiltix, you find it very hard to look and hear what what Emeric is saying.
Did I have a cloak? I have my cloak on, so it's muffling my voice.
Wiltix, I'm going to give you inspiration for that. That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. It's one of those ones where I've heard enough about irrigation in the last few hours. I think I can continue on my life without knowing.
No, but seriously, I need help. I don't really know what's going on with my voice right now.
He's in crisis.
That weird did something to me, like take on like a farmer role or something. Like I've just become a farmer pretty much.
Look, maybe we can put you to use when we get back. You can work the fields of Night Hall, but
I might actually open up my own irrigation farming business.
Oh my god, amazing!
I might start my own, calligraphy deal on the side. We'll, I'll write all our notes and everything, make sure everything's up to date. So.
Oh, you might have to compete with Mira for that job. I think.
Well, I do have that book as well, the one that holds all of our notes about.
Your ledger.
Yes, so that'll come in handy.
Absolutely, I think that'll come in great handy. Fantastic. Righto, so you guys who head up to the top deck, you can see the top deck is set up so that obviously the airship doesn't just fly at night, it does fly during the day as well. So during the day, people can take a seat. There are a number of lounges. It's very, very cruise ship esque up on the top deck. There's a bar set up at one end, and you can see a number of members of the sort of high middle to upper class society wandering around. A number of elven nobles, clearly from the Sky Cities, who are sort of set up in little areas and minding their own business and not really entertaining the lesser folk, the ground walkers, as it were. You can see a number of adventurers who are affiliated with the guild. It seems the league has some sort of connection with this group, possibly for a discounted rate. You can see a couple of adventurers set up as well on the top deck, looking around. A couple of them looking as wide-eyed as you guys, possibly their first time on an airship. Some of them looking a bit more like looking over and sort of, haha, like look at the newbies, enjoying the ride. So yeah, as you guys are looking around on the top deck, you can sort of see the ship begin to take off, and very quickly the city of Oxenfurt begins to fall away below you. The ship, the sides of the ship quickly drop down these large sails and catch the wind, and it begins taking off. And you feel the airship pull forward, this sudden gust of wind, and you are off. As the sun begins... the sun would be pretty much set because it is nighttime. So as the moons are sort of rising overhead, the two moons, neither of them full at the moment, you'll be pleased to know, Simon.
I was going to say, do I get more power by being closer? But,
do you want to roll me... just roll me a flat intelligence check.
Flat intelligence check.
10. Cool. We'll jump back in with what that means next session, I think.
Sounds good.
As you begin sort of taking off and you see the ground fall away beneath you and be swallowed by the darkness, the airship begins approaching the top layer of clouds, and as it breaks through, the land and the world of Nostea disappears below you, and you see the beautiful, beautiful skies open up before you. And that is where we will end for tonight's session. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this session. We've had another really roleplay heavy session. We're getting a lot of those, which is awesome. I'm loving this stuff, and we're doing, obviously, if you're familiar with the Tyranny of Dragons module and the Horde of the Dragon Queen, we are well and truly outside of what is in it right now. This is all my own stuff, but we are going to be heading back into the module and the adventure, basically next session. We're sort of tying back into that now. We've just had a lot of fun with the guild stuff and the homebrew stuff I've created. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. Stay safe. We will see you next Tuesday for the next exciting session. It will be episode 14, which is crazy. We're sort of really getting into the double digits now. Thank you so much. I hope you've had a really lovely time. We've had a lovely time. If you ever have any questions for us or things like that, if you chuck them in the Twitch stream or send them to me on Twitter at Archives Lost or on the Facebook page, The Lost Archives. We'd love to start engaging with you guys. If you've got any questions about the stuff we're doing, the homebrew stuff, or if you've got any comments, feel free to hit us up. We're really, really keen to hear what you guys have to say. And I will be starting up a little competition soon to have you guys create some NPCs for me and have some NPCs and some characters. Awesome. Yeah, come in. So stay tuned. I'll be posting the link to that next session, and we'll get to see some NPCs that you guys create. And I think that should be fun. So thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We will see you all next time. Thank you so much.
All right. See you guys.
See you next time, guys. Bye.
See you next time, everybody.
Stay safe.